Eating cookie glide on the internet. It's fun. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This doesn't look right. Live, latest. Why is this not live? No, that's fun. Here we go. Brought to you by somebody.
TLDR, we're running a sale on the Pine X. This summer marks 10 years on One Wheel.
Brought to you by One Wheel. Me hanging out my garage, brought to you by One Wheel. Okay. Well, I did it again. That's some of the aftermath. Now, this is going to have a bunch of spoilers in it, so if you don't like spoilers, go ahead and put your earmuffs on. I got the super haul of tools the other day. And one of the things I got is this scaffolding here, mini scaffolding. I started building a brace for the bottom of this thing, and I figured, well, we could live stream this. It could be fun. I gotta clean this up a little bit here. So that's what we're gonna do first. At least that's what we're gonna try to do. Can't make any promises. I don't have the appropriate gear on. I have Crocs on. Actually, I don't have Crocs. I have Chinese Crocs on, which are probably even more flammable. Is this cord gonna be long enough? Oh man, that's not looking good. I'm gonna have to find a cord. It is challenging. I gotta get this tripod skinnied up. It's too wide. Hopefully it's a little chip in the air. It's a little sketchy, but you may see some accoutrements from the latest acquisition. Let me get a power cord is what we're doing here. Come on. The maid took the week off, so the garage is a little dirty. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, power cord is going to be a good idea. Oh, what the heck? There's ear protection here. I'll even put some ear protection on so the internet doesn't have a goddamn conniption. You're doing it wrong. I have rated lenses in for impact, so my safety lenses are on. I will admit to failing on the foot protection, which can't be perfect all the time. I suppose if I light my foot on fire, that'll be on me. So we'll do a little grinder in. Pretty sure this is a metal blade here. According to the label on there, it says metal AF. Just got to clean it up a little bit. I thought about using my, I could have used a plasma cutter, but like, something about when you get new tools, you want to use your new tools. So I was able to cut that with a new tool, which is pretty awesome, by the way. Although I overcut there, kind of bums me out. Shoot sparks in the air for a second. a little bit. It's feeling like perfection. I think I have to widen these out a little bit too, so. And this may be a prototype, if you will. Or I might make another one. We'll see. Trying to get an idea what's going on here. I don't have much of an idea. So for the uninitiated, I'm making one of these. It's gonna go over there, and this one's gonna go over here, and then it's gonna tighten it up for the bottom to make it a little less sketchy. Like I said, it's gonna make it safe. It's just gonna make it less sketchy. That's in my comfort zone, less sketchy. Less sketchy. Well, the birds are singing today. That's fun. Might have to clean that up with a file. See what I'm doing. Just making a channel here for the safety. I'm not going to put a safety third sticker on my thing and then have it be crooked. I'm not going to do that. All right, so it looks to me like we've underestimated our need to open this one up a little bit. Need to add width to the hole. Go gadget width. Let's see, how am I gonna do this without grinding my face off? Do it like that. Width status added. Add more width. Now you notice I didn't wake up first thing in the morning and start running my angle grinder. That would be very neighborly. That side goes on. This side's having some problems. I don't really know how to describe the problems this side is currently experiencing. It looks like I can't measure very good, although I know I measured fairly adequately. That one's crooked. Let's work on that. And I used one of these things as the layout, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. A little trace line. All right, which one was the crooked one? That's the crooked one. Actually, where it's going is down here. Seems to be fitting. So, give you a little idea of what I'm doing here. This thing's kind of designed to, I don't know, adjust it. Oh, for some reason when this was like up here in this position, it just felt like it needed something down there in my estimation, and that's what I've done. So we'll go in and use a file or something, clean that up a little bit. I mean, is it perfect? Pretty goddamn close to perfect. I tried to match the overhangs. Probably didn't need to, but I mean, theoretically, I could probably make another one of these and then like just make a full platform, you know. But that seemed like what I needed to do. Sorry. That seemed like what I needed to do, just for a little extra safety. It's a cool little unit. It's small, but the nice thing about small scaffolding is that it fits in small spaces where large scaffolding does not fit. If you ever suffered from large scaffolding syndrome. So, I mean, I guess I can hit this with a file. Should we go inside? Yeah, let's do that. I got a vise in here. We'll use the vise and a file. Sorry, I don't want to hit my truck, so I did kind of go. The struggle is real. Seems to me like this workbench never gets cleaned. Does anyone else ever experience that? Let me grab this monitor real quick so I can see what's going on. I wish I had another cookie. Where's my cookie? All right. So let's just set that right there, and that'll be fine. Let's grab a file real quick. I got a handle I can borrow. These handles come off. Ugh. Well, sometimes in life you don't get file or handles. Oh, I'm sitting here not even filming what I'm doing. Jesus. Oh, spoiler in the corner. Check out the new bandsaw. That's right, kids. I got a bandsaw. I don't want to ruin everything with spoilers, but man, the acquiring of that bandsaw was one hell of an epic journey. That's the bandsaw from the adventure known as the dual saw adventure, where I saw the bandsaw for sale on Craigslist. Instantly said to myself, that is a reasonably priced bandsaw. I will take that bandsaw. Assuming there's nothing like drastically wrong with said bandsaw. Contacted the individual who posted it. The individual said, well, there's someone coming right now to buy it. And I'm like, ooh, that's too bad because I want to buy it. And they were like, oh, but they just called me. They said they were, and this is almost verbatim what I remember. It was a lady. She said, the guy who's coming to buy it says he's in the yard at the house, but she was at the house and she's looking in her yard and she doesn't see anybody. And she kind of doesn't really care who buys this stuff. She's just selling it. Right? She says, well, if you can't figure out how to get from the yard to the door, which wouldn't be that hard to do, before you get here, I'll sell it to you. She's not doing holdsies. She's doing cash in hand. So I'm like, sounds good. It'll take me a little bit to get there because I got, I'm doing a thing. So I go. Turns out I'd bought something from this lady in the past. Nice lady. We're friends. I get there. It's like, did the dude show up? She's like, no, I never could find him. The only thing I can come up with is like, so I live in a town, same town this lady lives in. And she lives on a road, and the name of the road is the exact same name as another town nearby. Same name. One's a town, one's a road, whatever. The dude that was coming to get it lived in another town that was nearby. I think what happened is I think the dude from town A drove to town B, which is the same name as the street that the lady lived on, and couldn't figure it out. And we live in town C. Does that make sense? Pretty sure that's what happened. Anyway, so I'm like, hell yeah. Elveshelves getting a brand new to him saw. Pretty excited. Go to the spot where the saw is supposed to be. Open the door, and right exactly where I could see from the photograph where the saw was supposed to be sitting, it's gone. I mean, gone. Like in the photograph, there was insulation, loose insulation, and I could see exactly where the saw was. I was like, dude, it's gone. And I wasn't really paying that much attention when the lady went into this. It was an outbuilding. Because, like, you know, I'm just like, I'm pumped. Like, dude didn't show up, didn't get it. I'm getting it. I'm so excited. And she opens the door and, like, it's gone. I'm like, did you just get robbed? Like, did that dude show up, walk around, find the door, open the door, grab the saw, put the saw in his vehicle, and drive away? Did that happen? And the lady's like, I have no idea. It was here not that long ago. Like, I took the, she put the posting up like a couple hours before or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, I think you just got robbed. I felt super bad for her. Well, she said, well, there's a possibility that her husband, and this is the reason they're selling the tools, the husband is extremely unhealthy. End of life situation. Like, can't walk on his own without the assist of a walker. You know, he's not doing great. Let's put it that way. Lots of medical bills. And she's kind of like in charge, trying to like keep the ship above water. So this guy was kind of I wouldn't say he was an avid collector, but like, it was just a lifetime of things that, well, it'd be like me. I don't go out like, I'm going to collect a bunch of stuff. Just like, stuff comes my way, it becomes part of my collection. I collect collections. Well, this guy, his collections had been collected for a lifetime. The building was packed full. And she was just trying to like get rid of some stuff and get some money to pay some bills and all that. And she's like, well, it's possible he came out and grabbed that saw and went and hit it. And I'm like, how mobile is this guy? She's like, well, he can barely walk. And I'm thinking, my God. A dude who can't walk came out with a walker, picked this bandsaw up, put it on his walker, and hit it someplace. I'm like, how could he climb? Like, so I spent like a half hour like searching this building that was just like, imagine my workbench here, but like the stuff's piled like, I'm not even exaggerating, 3 foot. Like, I got one layer going. Imagine if you just put layers and layers and layers and layers and layers on. That's what this place was like. And I was like, dude, there's got to be great stuff in here, but like, she was kind of like, well, a lot of this is going to be for sale. And I'm like, my brain, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's hard to walk through a cluttered building and make assessments on things that you're not looking for when you're looking for something specific that you know was there just moments ago. And you just got to find the goddamn thing and it's yours, you know, like little cash transaction and you get an extremely reasonably priced tool. It's like basically what the lady said she was doing. She was trying to figure out what the items were. She would look them up online, what used values were, and then she would divide it in half. So she was selling stuff half price used or less. Because she's like, I don't want to deal with a bunch of bullshit hagglers, lowballers. She's like, I'm pricing this stuff so people will show up with cash, hand cash, and leave. I don't want to have tire kickers. I don't want to deal with it. And I was like, that's actually a great way to sell things. Like, if you want to move stuff, you aggressively price it, and it'll go. It'll be gone. Like, when I bought I bought that dual saw off her, you know, because that's just the way I am. Anytime someone says a price, I always offer less first. And she straight looked at me. She's like, really? You wanna haggle on this? And I was like, you know, it's worth a try. All you can say is no. I mean, it was kind of, she was like, you don't have, like, I think I offered like $5 less just because, like, it's just the way I am, you know, just like my principles. She's like, you don't have $5. She's like almost guilt shaming me. And I was like, got a good deal on it. Anyway, so like after I bought that dual saw. I just told her, I was like, hey, you know, if that bandsaw ever shows up, I mean, I hope you didn't get robbed. But like, if you ever figure out where it was, here's my number. I mean, give me a call. Like, I'm still interested in that bandsaw. And like, I think 2 months later, my phone rings and she's like, hey, it's me. I'm like, oh my God, what's up? She's like, I found the bandsaw. It turned out her husband took the bandsaw and hid it in his bedroom. Like, he just hid the thing. And she said, I'm taking him to the doctor's office today. He'll be out of the house. We can get the bandsaw out. And I was like, oh God, I felt kind of weird. I mean, it literally felt a little weird. And I was just like, I don't feel that weird. I'm good with it. And she's like, oh, just come out to the house. And if I'm not there, just wait. I'm like, okay. So I pull up the house at the prescribed time. And the house has like a drive around back driveway. So I start driving around the back of the house to go to the back. And out of nowhere, like this skid loader comes flying around the corner with pallet forks. Just, I'm like, whoa, almost crash into it. The guy's waving his hands like a maniac. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but like, I don't want to tangle with a skid loader. So I just back up and I watch the show. And it's a dude driving an old like 90s probably a 90s case skid loader. And what they're trying to do is there's a tree with a broken limb. When I say a limb, I'm talking like a monster limb. Like half the tree was in a it had broken and fallen. It was in a wedged position. It was like kind of sketchy. So this dude just goes to town attacking this tree with a case skid loader. I don't know if you know anything about Case, but like nothing. I won't talk bad about Case or anybody that owns a Case, but like Case doesn't make, in my opinion, a top tier piece of skid loader equipment. I mean, they're not bad, but they're just like, especially like back in the 90s, they never really refined their design from like the 80s or the 70s. I mean, a little bit, but it was like, they're just like for example, they're not super well balanced when the arms are in the air. That's one thing I know about cases. So this dude's, he's battling arms fully extended. They don't go that high because they're not engineered. They don't have articulating arms that like help you. Like, I don't think you can load, like this particular skid loader, you couldn't load a dump trailer. Not a dump trailer, a dump truck with it. It wouldn't go high enough. Whereas like different skid loader models, they have articulation in the boom that allows it to go up and out so you can actually load dump trucks. And he's up there fighting. I'm like, my God, I'm going to watch this guy die. Like, that's what I thought in my head. Is like, that thing's going to come down, enter the cab, and just crush him. This guy gave 0 Fs. He just kept battling this thing, just whacking away at it. He finally bashed it down. It come thumping to the ground. And then he just like drives away. So he had an assistant or something there standing there. And he's like, can I help you? And I was like, oh, I'm here to talk to so-and-so. I don't think she's back yet. And he like looked in the garage. No, she's not back yet. Like, did you guys doing some tree stuff? He's like, oh, no, I'm a neighbor. That was another neighbor. Neighbors helping neighbors. And I was like, that was an interesting technique. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that before. And I'm just sitting there chatting away. And like, we walk over to where the tree thing came down and landed right on her, like, it's like a scarfier, I think is what they call it, a scarfing tool. So that, I think they use it to drag on the gravel to fix the gravel. This thing landed right on it, just crushed the living shit out of it. He goes, oh, yeah, that's not good. And I was like, yeah, you guys just destroyed that. I mean, destroyed it. So anyways, the lady comes home. She's like, oh, hey. I was like, how's it going? She's like, oh, it's great. She's like, well, come inside. And I was like, okay, I'll come inside. So she invites me to the house. She's like, well, I'm just going to go into his room and grab this bandsaw real quick. And I'm like, okay, I'll just wait out here in the kitchen. Because, like, felt a little weird. And she goes, this thing's really heavy. Can you help me? And I was like, yeah, sure. You want me to come in there? She's like, yep. So I go into the room, and it's like, it's a really weird room. Like, it's an unfinished room. It's like plywood floor, sheetrock walls, not painted. There's a hospital bed in there, like an articulating hospital bed. There's like a portable commode, like maybe one small table, and then there was like there was a a set of scaffolding, like not a little bigger than the scaffolding I have there, yellow. It's like a medium-sized scaffolding. And on the shelves of the scaffolding was all filled with tools. So I think what this guy did is like he just took his favorite tools and he brought them into his bedroom. Like, I don't know, weird. And I was like, this is getting kind of crazy. Like, what's happening right now? Like, I was like, I'm just gonna, the lady offers to sell me this thing, I'm gonna buy it. And she's like, look at all this stuff. He's like, you want one of those or one of those? And she points to like 2 other tools. And there was lots of stuff there that I would have bought. But I was like, I'm trying to think of how I felt. Like, I'm not going to try to buy all this guy's stuff out from underneath him. I'm just going to, whatever she offers to sell, if it's something I want, I'll take it. So she offered me an angle grinder and a drill. And I said, yeah, we'll take a look at those. And then we left. Went outside, put them in the garage, tested them. The angle grinder is a Milwaukee heavy-duty half-inch drive. Low RPM, high torque, badass drill. Got that bandsaw. And then angle grinder, like a mid-grade lightweight. Real nice tools. Lightly used, all of them. And like, she kind of told me the prices on the scaffolding and because that was the other thing. When she called me, she's like, well, I got scaffolding too if you're interested. I bought scaffolding from her before. And I'm kind of like, I kind of think I'm good on scaffolding. She's like, well, it's listed on the local shit for sale page. If you want to take a look at it, just go ahead and take a look. So I looked at it. It was like, it's what I had out that I'm working on. Small scaffolding. So, well, I don't have any of that. So like, nothing's better than having something you don't have for a reason that could be beneficial in the future. You know what I mean? So like, she told me what she wanted for that. She told me what she wanted for the bandsaw. Both reasonable prices. The scaffolding wasn't quite as good of a deal than the bandsaw was, but still it was like less than half price or something. Like whatever. I feel like I talk about prices too much on this channel, but like, so I had a rough idea what she wanted for the 2 items, and she's like, well, we'll have to come to an agreement on these tools. And I was like, well, let's do this. Like, you got any other stuff? Like, have you been to that building? She's like, oh, I've been working on that building. You want to go take a look? And I was like, yeah, let's go take a look. I said, well, let's just, we'll go around, we'll look at everything, we'll look at the scaffolding. If I find anything else that I'm interested in, we'll make a pile. We'll pile it all into a pile, and then we'll agree to a price. And she's like, that's a good idea. So we go into the building, and like, last time I was there, like, if the building was this wide, half of it you couldn't even walk through. It was just piled full of stuff. And this lady had gone to town. Like, I was just like, whoa, you've been busy. Like, she'd moved so much stuff and got rid of so much stuff. I was like, holy cow. She was like, yeah, I just had people come through and they did this and that and blah, 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 bought this, bought that, blah, blah, blah. So you see anything you want here? She's like, look through some of this stuff. What do you think about all this? And I'm like, looking at it, and I keep, like, how to describe it? Like, there was things that were like, well, that's cool, but like, do I need that? No. I mean, old scroll saws, old circular saws. Like, I don't need any of that crap. But there was stuff that was cool, and anything that was cool, I took it and put it in a pile. So I started making a pile. And the pile just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I just took the pile and I set it on the scaffolding. So I just put all the stuff on the scaffolding, just more and more stuff on the scaffolding. And she was kind of like, well, that's $5. That's $5, And I was like, well, let's not worry about it till we'll get everything sorted up and then we'll do a group bundle price. Just you look at everything and you tell me what you want for it. And if I think that's a good idea, I'll say yes. And if not, we'll have a discussion. And without even like missing a beat, she's just like, she basically said, the price we agreed to on the bandsaw and the price we agreed to on the scaffolding, I want $50 more for everything else you put on the thing. And I'm just like, my jaw, it was to the floor. I was like, holy shit. Because the total price that she quoted me so far was less than a used bandsaw. And I was like, yep, I agree. That's good. Let's do that. And I just like, in my mind, I'm like, I just got to get out of here. I gotta load this shit and leave because this is the greatest fucking deal in the history of mankind. But then I kept seeing stuff. Like, oh, that's awesome. And that's awesome. And like, she kept pointing stuff out. And I'm like, oh my God. And like, I grabbed a bunch more stuff. And I was like, I'm just going to give you $10 more, which was like I mean, she basically asked for $50, and I gave her $10 more because I'm just like, dude, this is nuts. Like, was I feeling guilty? Like, I wasn't feeling guilty, but I just like, you know, she offered the price, I accepted it, and then I wanted more stuff. And then even after I gave her the $10 more, I kept finding more shit. And she's like, just take it. Like, here, I'll show you. I don't think it's gonna be in a video. Well, maybe a little bit. I got one of these. Like, I saw this the first time I was out there, and I told the lady, I was like, "Ooh, wow, you got one of those. Those are really nice." So what this is a base for Rubbermaid. Let's see if I can get the. I don't know if I can get it to show up. You kind of read it right there. A Rubbermaid rolling base for the Brute trash cans. These are expensive. These wheels are like $15 a wheel to replace a wheel. This top thing, they're like $40 to $50. And the reason I know that is I own 2 of them. And when I bought them, I was like, Jesus, goddamn Christ, that's expensive. But I said, F it, life is short. I want these rollers. I'm getting them. Now, I have repaired it. There was a hairline crack there and a hairline crack there. I know she did not see the hairline crack. There was no way you could see it. I used that plastic welder. But like, this was laying in the corner full of dirt. The first time I was out there, I pointed out to her, I was like, ooh, those are really nice. And she's like, whatever. And then this time I was like, oh, I used to look at the thing, those are really nice. She's like, that's going to the Goodwill. And I was like, you're just going to give that to the Goodwill? She's like, why, you want it? And I was like, I would definitely take that. She's like, just take it, put it in your truck. It's just like, I even told her, I was like, dude, those are really nice. Like, that is a really nice item right there. Like, that is not a piece of junk. That is a valuable thing that costs a lot of money. She just didn't give a shit. I hope she calls me again. It was wild. There's so much crazy stuff I got. So much crazy stuff. Like, I went back through and, like, I swear to God, I went back through and did the math in my head, and it was like, it averaged out to $5 an item. And yeah, like, so this is one of the items. It's a American-made Nicholson half round. Actually, this isn't one of them that I got. Where's my small half round? That's my old one. Here's my new one. Right here, this one. I got this. And you might say to yourself, well, $5 for a file. Well, go price out old stock, good condition, American-made Nicholson files. And I got some bad news for that. $5 is a pretty good deal. Now you might be able to go to like a farm auction or something and get a box of files for 50 cents. I'm sure that happens all the time. But. Whatever. I didn't even take everything either. I mean, there was more files and stuff. I didn't take them all. Like, I don't need any more giant files, so I didn't take any of the big files. But like these half rounders, I knew I had one small one, so I grabbed a couple of those. And there were some files that weren't even opened yet in original packages, so I grabbed those because the price is not even opened yet. What was another funny thing? It's like this right here. Where is it? She's like, what the hell is this? It's this jar here. She pulls this out of the cabinet and goes, what the hell is this? This is just garbage. And I was like, well, let me take a look at that. So we opened it up. I look at it. Like, oh, I know what those are. They're soapstone. These are soapstone sticks. You use them when you do metal work. They mark on metal. And like, I've always wanted soapstone markers. And some are broken. That's fine. And then it wipes off. It's for like welders and stuff. But it's like, I mean, this isn't super valuable. I don't even think I can include this in my $5 per item thing, but like, it's like, I don't have those, and that's more than I can use in a lifetime now, so like, yay. Yay. And what's another, like, weird thing? Just a unopened roll of foil face tape. Yep. I'll take that. That was pretty crazy. I guess I need to like think about what the hell I'm doing, because like I had a similar experience once before where like bought some toolboxes off a guy. And, I don't know, I get so excited when I get home, I just start tearing into it. They probably make good content. I mean, I did make some videos about the toolbox, but like after, it's all after the fact, you know? It's just like, oh, already did all that. I mean, whatever. So yeah, it's pretty, oops, pretty wild stuff. I guess I can show you the, I'll show you the bandsaw. This thing's fucking awesome. Milwaukee. How great is that? It works great too. I already used it, so I cut this thing up. Just gobbles away. Just yum 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 yum. Which is exactly what you want in life. The gobbler. Oh well. It was very exciting for me though. Very exciting. Knock these corners down a little bit. So quite sharp. It's like, am I gonna paint all this? Probably gonna go ahead and not paint it. Keep this El Natural, since it's a rusty piece of garbage. Oh, speaking of rusty pieces of garbage, well, this is cool. Here, follow me. This is crazy. We got an upgrade update on this this shop press. So some of the things I've been seeing people talk about is they want retentions on these rods so they don't slide through, and it's a weird size. It's 13/16. I got these from that lady. They're 7/8. They're a little big, but they have set screws on them, and they lock right on there. So now, like, that can't go through and be dangerous. Isn't that cool? And then, like, something else I was reading about. Someone's like, oh, dude, put a shelf down here. So check this out. This is half of the rod that I dug out of my front yard. I can't remember if I filmed any of that. I hit a grade rod, this heavy-duty steel grade rod that they use to put the roads in. They buried one in my yard, and I hit it with my skid loader. So I tore it out, cut the tips off, chamfered it, primed it up. I got 2 of them. They just slide right in there, almost the perfect size. And then I'm gonna build a shelf that sits on these things, and then you just have a storage shelf right there. How great is that? Making trash from treasure. Sandblasted them things down, chopped them up. Disregard the oil changing mess there. But yeah, so like it was bent, obviously, because I hit it with a skid loader. So I used the shop press to rebend that straight. So I used the shop press to build the parts for the shop press. How amazing is that? Got a wheel here too. Look, that was in the toolbox. Steel wheel, just one. Actually, no, this wasn't on the toolbox. This was sitting on the scaffolding. She's like, I'm just gonna throw that away. Who wants one wheel? And I'm like, I do. Like, one wheel? I'll take one wheel. Who needs one wheel? Like, well, when you have one wheel, you're only one wheel short now from having a set of wheels, as opposed to where you were moments ago, where you had no wheels. You're halfway to a set when you have one wheels. Oh, the scaffolding's got shelves too. The guy made custom-made shelves so it can turn to a rolling storage rack. I mean, it's just like, there's also this thing here. Hooks on the end, holds cans of paint. It's like a paint holder. No matter. It don't make no never mind. It don't make no never mind. So that's cool. Speaking of making something out of a piece of trash, I mean, that was just pure trash. That was buried trash in my yard, burdened. I assume it was bent and no longer usable. So like what those they pound those stakes in the ground, and then there's adjustable brackets that holds the string. There's like a square bracket that bolts on, and then there's a rod that goes out and holds the string for the paver. But it was bent, so they were like, "Oh, this is bent. It's broken. Someone must have drove over with a skid loader or something or whatever. It was a bent rod." So like, well, what's your solution? Oh, you just bury it in that guy's yard. That was literally that was the solution. It's like, oh, this thing's no good anymore. Bury it. Problem solved. If you got a problem, just bury it in that guy's yard, and then you don't have a problem anymore. I mean, I wish I was joking, but I am not joking. So I don't know if you can see, it's got a little bit of a lip there, so I gotta kind of. I don't want to scratch the paint on the scaffold. All right, I'll keep it nice. Trying to think what else. Tried to fix my backyard the other day, graded it all out, shot it with a laser, was having kind of a problem making it work out due to the reality of the situation, but I got it as close as I could. Then we had a huge rain come through, and the rain eroded a bunch of my dirt work, and the erosion went down into where I graded for the drain on a slope and plugged it, and now I got a fucking nightmare back there. Just like, ugh. So like all that work is not even nearly where it's supposed to be, and I got to redo it all again because it ain't draining away from the building correctly anymore, and like it's just, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got to figure out something. Like I was trying to avoid water going over the bank, and I don't think I can do it because I don't think there's enough. Or I got to do some massive dirt work back there and just change the way everything is, and I really don't want to do that, but standing water next to a foundation is kind of garbage, but amongst other just absolute batshit stuff that happened. I'd graded next to the building where there's a parking spot with rock, you know. It was low, so I brought it up. I pulled all this rock out of the driveway area, set it where I wanted to like raise it up. But I dug down like into like where the rocks kind of turn into dirt and all that. So it's like, well, I got to top dress this now, otherwise it's gonna be muddy. I'll just go to the local guy who sells crushed rock for a living, crushed concrete. I'll just buy some from him. That's what it is now. Went there, talked to the dude. So I'll take the 1.5 inches. Okay. He goes to start loading it, and there was no 1.5 inches. He was loading like, it looked like it was crushed concrete, but it looked like beach sand. I'm just like, whoa. I stopped him. I was like, dude, I don't know what you're loading, but like I need rocks, dude. I don't need powder. So I literally had to like dump my dump trailer at the place to get the shit out of my trailer. And I was like, what do you got? Like, I need rocks. Like, I need physical media. Like, I can't have just dust. And dude's like, oh, we got 3-inch. And I'm like, is it 3-inch? Because like, that's 3-inch. See, everybody see what 3 inches is? And what they sold me was like, some of it's like 6 and 5. Like, oh God, it's the biggest shit. I'm just like, I didn't have a choice though. Like I was like, and then of course I'd already pulled all that mixed dirt to fill. Well, now I need that to like, so I had to like pull it all back out again and then put the fucking giant rocks down and like mix it. And it's just like, my God, dude, I've never effed around so much in my life. And all I needed was like, I just needed to buy some, like, can I just get some clear stones? Like, please? I mean, I don't want to pay limestone price, but like, there has to be something reasonable. And I bought a bunch of limestone. I assumed it'd be white limestone. Turns out, nope, didn't buy white limestone. So I spent all this big money to make my driveway look good and put this rock down. And it's the wrong fucking color. I'm just like, what is happening, dude? Like, why is everything just got to be so goddamn difficult? I think that's probably going to be good. Just trying to get all the Hershey. Trying to think what else the next thing is. So I can't stop looking at guitars for reasons I don't understand. Still want like a hard case for a new guitar. Well, both of them, at least one hard case. And I found a dude selling a guitar that is not like anything I have. It's similar, but it's different. He lives an hour away, but he's selling it with a hard case. And I can't tell exactly the brand of the hard case, but the hard case, if it's the brand that I think it is, retails for $10 more than the hard case and the guitar that price he's asking. And now trust me, I understand used hard cases are not the same as brand new hard cases, but it's like, it didn't look super beat out. I'm thinking, my God, I could buy a hard case, brand new, that would fit my new guitars, one at a time, obviously. Or I could drive an hour, buy this guitar, get a guitar and a hard case for $10 less. I'm thinking, my God, am I doing this? Am I buying another goddamn guitar? I'm so tempted to. I absolutely want a hard case, at least one for those, that fits a Les Paul, and this is another Les Paul. It's a entry level version, but it's got different style pickups than what normally. Whatever, I don't know. I looked at the prices on those guitars, and they vary. Some people want like $500 for one, and some people are selling for $100. I mean, same guitar, prices all over the fucking place. I don't know what's going on. This guy's his is priced extraordinarily reasonable. That looks crooked to me. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, am I gonna buy another goddamn guitar? Actually, it's not too bad. A little road trip would be fun. I could still do it today. Finish this project up. Make some phone calls. Take a road trip. Buy a guitar. Could be the makings of the best Saturday ever. The more I sit here and do this, the more I think I should do that. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that there was only 2 pictures of the guitar, and it's a known brand, so it's not a shit brand. I mean, it's obviously not like a super exotic multi-$1,000 guitar. Most likely one of their made in China versions or whatever. But like, I don't know. It's the case, man. Like, Like I told myself I was willing to spend like maybe $75 to get a case, which is like, you know, way less than half than what a case costs. If I could just find a good case for the $75, I'd buy one, because like you gotta have a case if you want to take your guitar anywhere. And I just can't find a good, not just blown out case. So if that guitar ended up being in good condition, theoretically I could buy it, keep the case, and then sell the guitar for exactly what I paid for all of it, potentially. I mean, being a professional collector, I obviously wouldn't sell the guitar. Who sells part of their collection? Let somebody else deal with that shit. I think we're close here. I mean, I could paint this thing up. It's not too bad. It won't fit my sandblaster, I don't think. I got a little crazy with the grinder here. A couple little scallops, but nothing to sit here and work this. Probably get through it eventually. It's not too bad though. Let's see how it fits. Let's see how I did. Not too bad. I overshot with the cutter there, unfortunately. I wanted round corners. I think I was getting a little enthusiastic with the old choppy chopper, and I over chopped my corners. It was the first time ever using that style cutter, so, you know, luckily the client will get a discount for improper charcuterie. Oh, is that gonna rock on me? Oh no. That was also funny. So when I first started looking at this thing, I was like, oh, he dropped something on it. He dented it. Oh, well, sometimes you get dents. Well, it turns out the dents are done on purpose, and it holds the brackets from sliding. So, like, how great is that? So if you missed the beginning, what I built is a strut brace for the bottom down here. Keep that from being quite as sketchy. You're not supposed to stand up here, but trust me, if that's where the light bulb needs to be stood to adjust. And I think the way it's supposed to be, put like this one down here, and you put this one here. I guess I can put my foot here, step. Don't want to hit my head. I mean, that's getting me up a couple layers up on the siding there, which is nice. So that's exactly what I was hoping for. That worked out perfect. Absolutely perfect. I don't know how much this is bending when I stand on it. Probably not a lot, but that's all I need. Because it was just hard to get up there. So that's mission accomplished there, kids. That is goal achieved. Life is great. Things are good. I mean, you guys want to see all the other crap? I mean, I got videos coming out on all of them. There's a toolbox. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do all that. I mean, if it's in the video, it's in the video. I think I just decided to buy a guitar. Did I just do that? I think I'm going to do it. I'm so goddamn tempted right now. I need to think about it for a little bit more. Internet this morning. Oh, you like the brace? Yeah, how about that? Safety, you know, kind of, it was a little sketchy. I'd seen different versions that came with those stamped steel, like half brackets. I don't know if this one originally came with one, but I saw that they started doing that because they must have had problems. I'm like, well, if I only had shit laying around where I could make something like that. So whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go inside. I think I'm gonna take a shower, and then I might make a decision about a. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna buy a guitar, but I might buy a guitar case. That's what I might be doing. We'll see. I don't know. I need to clean up this place. There's shit everywhere. I gotta. My hour's up. Hour in the garage. Me running the file. Good times. Thanks for tuning in. If you caught the live stream, you're awesome. If you missed the live stream, you're still awesome. Yeah, I don't know. That's just me doing my thing. Peace. Stay safe. Where's the off button? There it is.